I actually want to talk about something that I've been holding back and I need to tell you guys. So now I have such a bad headache, dude. Oh, I feel like So it is a gross morning, but some days you just gotta push yourself, you gotta get out of bed, get that motivation to go work out. So when I'm sitting down at a computer all day, I need that time in the morning or later in the day to work out, to get my energy out, get loose for the day and ready to make some money.
We tried. Why do we lose our minds? Ending us before we try. Why do we lose our minds? Ending us before we try.
Alright, so I just sent out my pre-market watch list. Inside the mentorship group, every morning I send out a list of 4 stocks that I'm going to be keeping an eye on today. So, great workout this morning. We're actually going to head to the office. The rain has turned into snow, so we might go out, have some fun, rip around in the G-Wagon later, but we got to run. I have a meeting at 11 o'clock. Alright guys, that call went a little longer than expected. I ended up spending another 2 hours working on company internals, making sure the company is running smoothly, but it is 3 o'clock, which means it is power hour. I wanted to break down a couple charts for you guys to help you understand and further your education as far as trading. And then I actually want to talk about something that I've been holding back and I need to tell you guys. So after we go over these charts, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to explain kind of what's happening in my life and where things are headed. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up a screen recording. Now I like to describe myself as a trend or a pattern trader. So what I'm doing is I am looking at a stock on a larger time frame. I do most of my work on the 4 hours, which means each candlestick is an hour. First, identifying a trend, and then within the candlesticks trying to identify a pattern. I have about 5 setups that I will typically trade the most, and then I'm looking at 3 moving averages, the 180-day SMA, the 50-day SMA, and the 15-day EMA. Now those I will either use based on the setup, or I will use those moving averages, whether they are respected or not on the chart, to either trade them based off of support or resistance when it comes to making my trade plan. Again, before entering any trade, you want to know exactly how much money you're putting on the table to lose and how much money you are going to make in return. So what is your risk to reward? Always, always, always make sure you know your risk to reward. You know how much you're going to lose if you're wrong and how much you're going to make if you're right. Never just trade flying by the seat of your pants with no idea what's happening, because you're just going to lose money. Now what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to go through different indexes, for example the S&P 500, the Russell 1000, the Russell 2000, the NASDAQ, and I'm going to start looking through charts. I'm going to scan through charts, and now it takes me, because I've been doing this for a while, about 5 seconds looking at a chart to know whether there is a pattern, to identify the trend, and then identify a setup within the chart. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrolling through. Now, I really always emphasize the point that a clean and clear chart is where you're able to make the best decisions. Now, from my experience trading these setups that I trade, those are all identifiable on very clean and clear charts. And if you guys don't know, I actually post my personal trades over inside my mentorship group. So if I'm able to find a stock right now that I'd like to enter, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna post that entry, say, hey, I'm buying these contracts at whatever price I get filled at, and then when I go to close that position, whether it is for a profit or a loss, I'm going to say, hey, I'm selling my contracts for either a gain or a loss. So again, I'm fully transparent. Not many people out there do this. Very few traders actually post their personal trades, and essentially what people do is they join so they can copy me. Now I have to say, legally, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give any financial advice. I'm only to share with you what works for me, what I'm doing, what stocks I'm buying and selling. So, and along with that, you'll also receive access to 30+ videos breaking down my entire trading system, going over these setups that I'm actually kind of explaining very briefly here today. So the first link in the description will give you access to the mentorship group, and I'll throw a $50 discount there, which hopefully will help you if you want to join. BABA presenting a very clean and clear chart here. So I'll keep an eye on BABA. Let's see, next one. Now HPE, I'm kind of liking this one. So we saw a shift in direction. All right, a reversal off of that top at 1725. Broke down below the 180-day SMA, although that level has not really been validated. It has not really been respected on this chart, as you can see. And now we are trading back down towards that low at 1189. So I do like that one. Although that is sitting a generous amount below where we are currently trading. We can actually chart that out real quick, and we can see that off of current trading prices. We are sitting about 18% above that low at 1189. So what I'd look to do is then start to identify other support levels. And now the cleaner and the clearer a chart is, that is going to help you see and be able to identify where the support and resistance levels are in the chart. So besides the fact that moving averages will be respected, there's a more visible setup. The setup's very clear. There's a clear pattern, a clear trend. Nothing crazy here. It looks like we did, if you're not familiar with support and resistance, we're just going to chart the rally up from the lows, and then when you see a pullback, you're just gonna put a line there. So just keep in mind that if that support level has only been tested, say one time, right? We've seen one wick pull back and test that 1358 roughly. That means that that support level won't be that strong if the chart was to pull back. So when we're shorting a chart, it's good to know, okay? So we're sitting at 1404, that next support level, which I charted out, you could see there was another small pullback here at 1415 roughly, was actually broken in today's session. So again, that level had only been tested once. This level at 1358 has only been tested once. So from where we're currently trading to the next support level is about 3% below. So I actually really like this chart. I might end up entering it. I'm gonna spend a couple more minutes and go through and see if there's any other opportunity. It is currently 321. So if I do end up entering, like I said, I will send out that trade over inside the mentorship group and let the team know which contracts I will be buying and what price I got filled on those contracts. So if you guys are interested in seeing all of my trades and copying them if you so desire, the first link is in the description. So let's take a second and talk about something very important about my life, something that's been on my mind, and I brought it up in the podcast. If you watch our podcast, which we post a podcast every week on Friday, so go check that out if you haven't, but something that has been bothering me just about my life. So let's actually... Okay, so you guys are probably wondering what I want to talk about. I've had a lot on my mind and I just haven't had the chance to explain on video. So it's nothing bad. It's actually very exciting news. I'm actually moving. Currently, I'm located in Portland, Maine, and there's many different reasons, which I'm going to talk about, many different reasons behind why I'm moving. And if you guys don't know, I actually did live in LA now. It's been over 2 years since I first moved out to LA, but I'm going back, and this is why. So the main reason I actually ended up coming back to Maine when I was living in LA was due to family and friends being here. I was missing my family, I was missing my friends. I sacrificed that for over half a year while I was living in LA, but I was there on my own. I was by myself. I didn't know anyone, and so that was very hard for me. Like I said, I moved back and I've been here ever since. Part of the issue is really just my creativity, my mindset, where I'm at. I haven't been taking care of myself. I was thinking earlier, when the winter started, when it started getting cold out and there wasn't 3 feet of snow on the ground, why am I doing this? Why am I living here? And again, it came back to friends and family are here, and that's kind of why I made my life, and for the last year and a half now have lived here in Portland, Maine. I have an apartment. I now am in this office. I previously had another office. I've got the team. I've got my assistant Cody. I've got Jack. I've got Will, our editor and videographer, and we've got a good thing going here. But at the end of the day, if I am not in the place that I want to be in life, if I feel like I'm a 40-year-old waking up every morning, putting on a suit and going to the office, and I'm questioning why I'm doing this, then I know that that is going to come across in these videos, that I'm going to be less creative, that I am not going to take this company to the next level and to where I know that I could take it. Another reason behind moving and to LA is because of the connections. Now, out in LA, I have connections. I know a bunch of individuals that are my age who I can go hang out with, who I can go drive around in our supercars together with, that I can film with, and that is something that I don't have here. We were able to make some great connections this summer, Jack and I, with some older businessmen, but great connections as far as just people to know, but not as far as people that would help me and help in growing this community, the Daily Traders. And a huge issue here is that obviously I came back to Portland to spend more time with family, but I am so busy working that I'm not even seeing family in the first place. And if I was out in LA, I'd probably be seeing my family just as much as I am now. So, it's a little sad. I'm close to my family. I'm close to my parents and my siblings, but I am very busy. I'm always in the office or I'm always working, and I just don't have that much time to socialize outside of our close friend group who I'm working with because, I hired my best friends and we all work and run this company together. And so that is, that's a huge reason why I came back, and to kind of realize, well, I'm not getting to spend that time with family that I had hoped to, yet I'm sacrificing so much to be here in Portland, to be near them. I'm sacrificing all of the opportunities. So this huge opportunity cost, which is something that I talked about on our podcast a couple weeks ago. At the end of the day, if I am not happy with my lifestyle, if I wake up and I'm not excited for life, then there's a problem there. So by relocating to LA, living in LA, getting back to enjoying life, driving around in sports cars and just having fun and doing the things that I want to do. And that means that the content I film on this channel will just be an integration of the life I'm already living instead of making it such a force to create this content. So I'm very excited for this move. I'm actually out of this office in just a couple of weeks. So it was a very short-lived time in this office. We obviously put a lot of money into it. And so there's money lost, but it's, experience, the opportunity cost, like I said, with staying here in Portland, it's just too great. And so I know that will end up offsetting itself when I'm out in LA, when I'm enjoying my lifestyle and I'm living the life that I want to live. And I'm creative and I'm motivated, and I wake up in the morning and I look out the window and I see blue sunny skies. I don't see 5 feet of snow or like today rain. Getting up this morning, going to work out, it was such a push. It was so hard. And even sitting down and trying to record this YouTube video today has been very difficult. And I hate that. I don't want these YouTube videos to feel like work. I don't want work to feel like work. I truly love what I do. I love making these videos for you guys. I love trading. And so I just need to put myself back in an element where I can be creative and enjoy life more. And if you guys are interested in seeing my journey and my move to LA and where I actually end up getting a place to stay, stay tuned. Make sure to subscribe. Turn on those post notifications for a new video every Wednesday. Again, if you're interested in copying my exact trades, I'll put a link below. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.